Scientists continue to study her brain, hoping to unlock the secrets of memory for all of us. But perhaps the greatest secret isn't to unearth perfect recall, it's to value the imperfect power of human forgetting and forgiving. Welcome to the Mystery Channel, where in each video we discuss strange and profound topics, revealing secrets that science is still unable to fully explain. Today we will dive into one of the strangest stories that raised many questions about the girl who can't forget. Imagine for a moment remembering every single day of your life with perfect clarity. Every conversation, every smell, every emotion. It's all there, as vivid and accessible as if it just happened yesterday. Sounds incredible, doesn't it? But what if you couldn't turn it off? What if your mind refused to let go of the past, playing back the good, the bad, and everything in between in unrelenting detail? This is the reality of Jill Price, the first documented person with highly superior autobiographical memory, an extraordinary yet burdensome condition that traps her in a prison of perfect recollection. Jill Price can remember every day of her life since the age of about 12. That may sound exaggerated, but it isn't. Ask her what she ate for breakfast on September 14th, 1982, or what song was playing on the radio on May 3rd, 1994, and she'll tell you instantly. Birthdays, anniversaries, school events, vacations, they are all stored in her brain as if her mind is an endless archive. Her memory works differently than most of ours. For most people, the passing of time creates a gentle fog over the details of our lives. We remember the highlights, the pivotal moments, those significant forks in the road that defined us. But the day-to-day minutia, it's often lost to the currents of time. Not for Jill. In her case, memory is like a trap door, opening up to fully relive the past, whether she wants to or not. At any given moment, a date or situation might trigger her brain to replay a scene. Not just the facts, mind you, but the emotions, the thoughts running through her head at the time, and even the sensory details. The lamp in the corner of the room, the smell of the carpet, or the angle of the sunlight pouring through the window. It was in 2000 that Jill approached researchers at the University of California, Irvine, desperate for answers. Why was her brain so different? What was it that caused her to hang on to every detail of her life so firmly? Dr. James McGaugh and his colleagues were skeptical at first. Perfect autobiographical memory, it seemed implausible. But as Jill Price began to recount dates and events with startling accuracy, their doubts quickly faded. Her ability to remember seemed more than just gifted. It was unprecedented. Jill's condition, formerly termed highly superior autobiographical memory, has only been documented in a handful of individuals worldwide. Unlike photographic or eidetic memory, which captures snapshots of a scene, HSAM applies exclusively to personal autobiographical details, things related to her lived experiences. For Jill, it means that instead of general knowledge or rote memorization of facts leaning on logic, her memory exists as a spiraling timeline of her life. If asked about any year, she can almost immediately dive into its intricate web of days, not pulling vague impressions, but cement solid recollections. And yet, with great power comes great complexity. Jill's memory isn't all picture-perfect peace. On the contrary, having such vivid access to her past has often felt like a curse rather than a blessing. Let's say you had a terrible breakup in your 20s. Maybe it was messy, maybe it hurt a lot, but given time, the sharpness of that pain fades into the background, eventually becoming just another chapter in your remarkable story. For Jill, such emotional wounds never dull. They remain as raw and fresh as the day they happened, replaying themselves in excruciating immediacy whenever her mind slips back to that date. She describes it poignantly in her 2008 memoir, The Woman Who Can't Forget. In the book, Jill talks about the emotional toll of living with a brain that never quiets. Imagine being haunted by every mistake you've ever made, every blunder, every argument, every heartbreak. It's all still there by somehow, like it just happened minutes ago. For Jill, forgiveness, both of herself and others, doesn't come easily. How do you forgive when the wrong feels eternally present? How do you move forward when every day feels like it happened yesterday? While most people gradually unstick from the most painful moments of their lives, Jill's memory drags those moments with her, like heavy luggage she can never set down. But there's something else: regret. Jill finds herself unable to escape the what-ifs of her choices. Small decisions that most people wouldn't think twice about are dug up again and again in her mind, dissected with the clarity of hindsight. While many of us can be nostalgic about the past or wistful about missed opportunities, Jill feels them palpably, alive, omnipresent, and unyielding. Scientists have devoted years to trying to understand Jill's brain, but her case remains a fascinating mystery. Brain scans show that her amygdala, the structure associated with emotional responses, is larger than average, and her hippocampus, the area tied to memory processing, is unusually active. It's as if her brain writes every detail in permanent marker, using emotion as the ink. But why that happens, and why it happens for autobiographical memories alone, remains a puzzle. Interestingly, Jill's autobiography demonstrates a dual nature to memory. It serves as both a gift and a burden. While her recall is astounding, there's also a profound sense of vulnerability associated with not being able to let go. Most of us rely on our memories not to tell us everything, but to construct coherence, distill meaning from chaos. Jill's perpetual stream of details, unfiltered and insistent, sometimes denies her the luxury of perspective. In her memoir, Jill writes candidly about how her extraordinary mind impacts her relationships and emotional life. She experiences deep loneliness because few people can truly relate to her experience. Friendships may offer empathy, but they often fall short, unable to grasp the gravity of Jill's mental marathon. And how could they? To most of us, forgetting is a necessary release, a tool through which pain fades, lessons emerge, and life continues forward. In Jill's world, forgetting is impossible. But Jill's story isn't just one of trials, it's also a story of profound lessons about memory and our human condition. Her ability forces those who hear her tale to ask questions about their own minds. If you could remember everything, would you want to? How much of our identity is built on what we forget as much as what we remember? Memory is a strange thing. It's the keeper of our lives, the curator of moments, joys, and tragedies. It guides our decisions and fuels our dreams. But humans don't just rely on memory to survive. We rely on its imperfection. We need parts of time to grow fuzzy, wounds to scar over, and harsh truths to soften into kindness. Without those things, how would we move on? Jill's extraordinary mind reminds us of this subtle but powerful truth. Our ability to forget is as important as our ability to remember. And while Jill's road has been lined with struggle, her bravery in sharing her story has sparked conversations far beyond her own timeline. Scientists continue to study her brain, hoping to unlock the secrets of memory for all of us. But perhaps the greatest secret isn't to unearth perfect recall, it's to value the imperfect power of human forgetting and forgiving. So the next time life carries you through its moments, beautiful or haunting, let Jill Price's story remind you, memory makes us, but release frees us. And somewhere in that balance, humanity thrives. If you like this video and are interested in mysterious phenomena and mysterious historical incidents, do not forget to subscribe to the channel and activate the bell to receive all that is new. Leave us a comment with your opinion on this topic. Thanks for watching.